Um, Hi, this is Religious Fanboy, and we're gonna talk about idols today and dreams. And when good things that could even be good for God become idols, then what is wrong with that and how to change it? Stuff. And just to make sure that our what we do for God and stuff of this world doesn't become more important than our relationship with God, because that's bad. Because God's eternal, and if we choose to be with Him, we'll be eternal. But if we are always chasing the things of the world and things of flesh, like all things of this world, we as well as the world will fade away from memories and will die and pass away. So, yeah. Um, have you ever found yourself getting obsessed with something? I have a lot, but I've learned from it, and part of the reason why I took a break from YouTube was because I was frustrated with some of the ads that would pop up. Um, and something that I realized was that I started asking myself when I took a break from YouTube, am I doing this because it honors God? Or because I'm looking for it just to appease boredom? And since that answer wasn't quite clear, like how I am now when the answer is not necessarily clear, I won't do anything and I'll rest in it and just take time to read my Bible and study with Christ and stuff. Have you ever had burdens or maybe even cried about when life gets hard just because you don't know if it doesn't work out what's gonna happen next in your life? Um, I have, but I've gotten to the point where I've learned from this, and just like the book of Proverbs said, we should not lean on our own. We should lean on God's understanding, not our own. And me and if you're wanting an analogy for this, oh, actually, I kind of brought this up. Um, my mom was giving me a ride to my college classes and stuff, or something like that. We were just driving, and the road was exceptionally foggy. Like you couldn't see 3 yards in front of you on the road, and we were kind of oh, we kind of think when weather stuff happens, it's because God's trying to teach us something. And something that I asked my mom was, Do you think God gives us fog because He wants us to trust Him, tr- wants us to trust Him, to know that He will protect us even though we can't see sometimes what's right in front of us because of fogginess and stuff? And she said maybe, but I know. I think she said. Well, she said yeah, and I said yeah, stuff. So that's just something to give you some food for thought, I guess. Um, I wouldn't. And like, it seems like the way our advertising and way like people's ads go, like for insurance companies and stuff. And like, if you watch a lot of the Disney stuff, what I watch quite a bit of the Disney stuff, they're always like, dream big and follow your dreams. But there's something that I kind of want to pose a question against that. Wonder if our dreams aren't really what's best for us. And are you willing to trust that God has better intentions for you than you do? Because we need to come to that conclusion. Because, like I said earlier in this video, we don't know that God knows. And He has a plan for you long before you're born and stuff. Even to the point where He sent His Son to earth to live among humans, to teach them and be an example for them, and especially die for our sins, their sins, anyone and everyone else's sins. Just because God loves you enough that He wants you to be with Him, and He knew sin kept us from Him, so He knew He had to send His Son because He knew that's what would be needed for us to be saved. With that being said, may God be with you, and see you next time.